Okay, now before I forget, all the circles revision classes. Okay, if you want each class link, I can send you. But yesterday, the channel link itself I sent. I think you can open that and you can see circles revision classes. Some 17 classes will be there, revision 1, 2, 3, and all that. Okay, so those who missed the classes, or somebody along with the regular course, they want to revise the previous topics. Those are seriously preparing for mains and advanced more seriously. Okay, you can just listen to the classes, because it's also, this is not a first time that I taught, it's a revision class only. So in 4 5 class only all the theory will be taught. The rest of the class are discussing our recent advanced material, odd numbered questions, and past year MSET questions also. One PDF I'll upload today after this class. The reason I made the another section students done all those past year MSET questions is, for them I've done circles some 5 6 months back, they might have forgotten. So I thought if they do the MSET questions, there will be questions based on small questions based on each formula. They'll be reminded of the formulas, and then they can do advanced material. That is the purpose. So those who want to revise, I'll send the past year MSET. Listen to the classes, do past year MSET questions, get familiar with the formulas and small questions. Then you can try advanced material once again if you want. And those are learning for the first time, just listen to the theory. This theory is not too elaborate, but gives an idea. Then you can take your IP textbook, go through solved examples, and then do exercise questions and all that. All right. And if you want any kind of help, send a message to me in WhatsApp, I'll reply. Okay, so basically this is an improper fraction. I convert it to mixed fraction. Instead of that, I can write -1 plus 1. I can write x square minus 1 plus 1 by 1 plus x. If I take this by this, I will get x minus 1, and this by this is 1 by 1 plus x. So x square by 2 minus x plus log 1 plus x with 0 to 4. You substitute the limits, you will get the answer. Is that okay? All right. Anything else in exercise, that section 2, 7 questions? Anybody?
6th one and 7th one.
6 and 7. Okay. Okay. Sixth one is sine power 5. Oh, this is a standard question. Na? Replace x with 90 plus x, 90 minus x, and do I plus I. Okay.
Yes, sir.
7, it is an odd function, not odd function. F of a minus x is minus f of x. F of a minus x is equal to minus f of x. If you do I plus I, 0 will come, or directly you can say 0. Anything else in section 2, those 7 questions, anybody? Okay. Section 3, first 4 questions. Anybody need doubt? Somebody may have doubt about second question, but yesterday we discussed about it. X equal to a cos square theta plus b sin square theta. I gave 4 questions, right? In that, this is one of the questions. Section 3, first 4 questions. Any doubts? Anybody else?
No, sir.
No. Okay. 5 to 13. Up to 19.
16th one, sir.
16. Yeah, that is about integral. So integral minus 1 to 3 by 2 mod x sine pi x dx. Okay, so basically mod is there. So you know mod x definition is x if x is greater than or equal to 0, minus x if x is less than 0. So when I remove this, should I write less of this or minus of this? It depends on whether it is positive or negative. So wherever it becomes 0, basically I have to break the integral. Okay, that is one way to look at it. Or first of all, where this will become 0, whenever this is an integer multiple of pi, that is whenever x is an integer. So I have to break at 0 and 1. Okay, pi x should be integer multiple of pi. X sine pi x equal to 0. Wherever it becomes 0, I need to break there. That is x equal to 0 or sine pi x is 0. Sine pi x is 0 means x is an integer. So between minus 1 to 3 by 2, what are the integers? 0 and 1. So I have to write minus 1 to 0, 0 to 1, 1 to 3 by 2. But I am going to do slightly different. I'll do minus 1 to 1 separate, 1 to 3 by 2. At 0, I'm not going to break. I'll tell you why. Integral minus 1 to 1 mod x sine pi x dx plus integral 1 to 3 by 2 mod x sine pi x dx. Now, this is an even function. Integral minus a to a, something is even, I can write 2 times 0 to a. That's why I did not separate at 0. Even though I need to separate, but I don't. 2 times 0 to 1 mod of x sine pi x dx, because this is even function. And this one, when x is more than 1, pi x will be more than pi. When pi x is more than pi, sine pi x is negative. Okay? Because third and fourth quadrant or third quadrant. Because it is negative, I have to write 1 to 3 by 2 minus x sine pi x dx. And this between 0 to 1, it is positive only, because pi x is between 0 to pi, it is positive. This is positive. I can remove the mod straight away. 2 times 0 to 1 x sine pi x dx minus integral 1 to 3 by 2 x sine pi x. Okay, how to integrate x sine pi x? Integration by parts. If I take integral x sine pi x dx, let us integrate this one first. X into integral is minus cos pi x by pi. Minus cos pi x by pi will continue. Derivative of x is 1. Okay, so minus x cos pi x by pi plus integral of this is sine pi x by pi with another pi will be pi square. That limits you have to apply now here. So 2 times minus x cos pi x by pi plus sine pi x by pi square with limits 0 to 1 minus x cos pi x by pi plus sine pi x by pi square from 1 to 3 by 2. If I put 1, this is cos pi minus 1 with another minus 1 plus 1 by pi, and this is 0. When I put 0, this is 0, this is 0, everything is 0. So 2 times 1 by pi, that's coming to this. When I put 3 by 2, cos 3 pi, this is 0. This is sine 3 by 2 is minus 1, so I'll get minus 1 by pi square. Minus, when I put 1, this is 0, but this is minus 1, again plus 1 by pi. So I got finally 2 by pi plus 1 by pi square plus 1 by pi. So 3 by pi plus 1 by pi square. I think the answer is correct or not, you can check, otherwise some small mistake maybe, but integration part is clear. Okay, whenever mod is there, whenever the inner function becomes 0, usually you need to break the integral there, so that you will know whether it is positive or not. Any other doubt till end of exercise 7b? Anybody?
Sir, fourth one. Third term and fourth one.
Okay, that's 0 to pi by 4 sin x plus cos x, that one. Yeah.
Yes.
We might have done this in mains material, but still it's okay. I'll tell. Because numerator sin x plus cos x is there, tell me what to take as t.
Sin x
Sin x minus cos x.
Yeah, you take sin x minus cos x as t, so the numerator will be dt, and denominator we would write in terms of t. How will you get that is by squaring your sin x minus cos x. We will write it and just
Yes,
giving
sir.
him. That question is given quite a few times in IP for 7 marks. Okay, somebody asking 20th. Those are not completed this. First of all, you should have completed. I get a lot of time. Many days back, I told this. But still, those are not completed. Please complete in holidays. After holidays, I'll ask everybody together to submit. You can submit at that time. Okay, I'm going to erase what is there on the board. Okay, fourth question, 1020. 0 to pi by 4 sin x plus cos x by 9 plus 16 sin 2x. So let sin x minus cos x as t. When I differentiate, I'll get cos x plus sin x dx is equal to dt. And if I square this, I'll get sin x minus cos x whole square is t square. That is 1 minus 2 sin x cos x is t square. And sin 2x I can write 1 minus t square. And the limits, when x is 0, t is equal to minus 1, and when x is pi by 4, t is 0. So by 25 minus 16. Now a square minus x square, we have a formula. Integral minus 1 to 0 dt by 5 square minus 40 whole square. 1 by a square minus x square. Integral 1 by a square minus x square is 1 by 2a
I didn't know, sir.
log, that is when square root is there. Root a square minus x square is sin inverse. When root is not there, log a plus x by a minus x. So based on that, this will be 1 by, based on this formula, 2 into 5. Log mod 5 plus 40 by 5 minus 40. But I also have to divide with a 4 because we don't have x, we have 4x or 40. I have to divide with that 4 also. And then put limits now minus 1 to 2. So 1 by 40 it is log, when I put 0, this is log 1, which is going to be 0, log 1. When I put minus 1, it is going to be log 1 by 9. Okay, so 1 by 40 minus log 1 by 9, you can write 3 power minus 2 and bring that minus 2 out. So that 1 by 40 minus of minus 2 into log 2. Log a power m is m log a based on that. So 2 will cancel, finally plus only 1 by 20 log. If you don't want to take sin x minus cos x as t, you can take cos x minus sin x as t, then this will be minus gt and the limits will come 0 to 1. Okay. Or 1 to 0. Okay, please try to understand any particular step for your doubt or total. I will try to explain once again. Okay, I think the video is getting a little slow now. Let us see. Okay. Anybody still any doubt regarding this fourth question? No. Okay, I'm going to erase this. Okay, 20th question. I don't think I need to prove this because when I discussed about periodicity, is my voice coming also with break or is it clear?
It is clear.
Okay, the only video for some people little break. Integral a to a plus nt f of x dx is integral a to a plus t f of x n times. Actually, it is 0 to t also. Here they did not ask, but we also wrote n times 0 to t f of x. But this part is not required now. Let us see how to prove this. I'm going to start with LHS and break the integral. I'm going to write a to a plus t, a plus t to a plus 2t, a plus 2t to a plus 3t. Okay, so I'm going to write all of them together. I'm going to write LHS as sigma k equal to 0 to n minus 1 a plus kt to a plus k plus 1t f of x dx. When I put k equal to 0, what will happen to this? Limits. Anybody? When I put k equal to 0, what are the limits?
A and A plus T.
A to A plus T.
A
When
to
I
A
put
plus
k
T.
equal to 1,
A plus T to A plus T.
yeah. So don't write, but if you want to write before this, you can write one more step and then you can understand what is that. I wrote this LHS as, I'm writing a very small thing here, A to A plus T, A plus T to A plus 2T, A plus 2T, A plus 3T. So on. The last one will be A plus N minus 1 to A plus N. So this LHS can be broken at A plus T, broken at A plus 2T, A plus 3T, so on. So writing all of them together, I wrote in sigma form like this. Okay. Now, easy, just for the purpose of writing easier, I want to change this limit to A and I want to change this limit to A plus T. What should I take x as? Anybody want to give an idea? I should take x as y plus something. What should I take so that this will become A and this will become A plus T? Anybody? Vamsi might have said something I could not say.
NT. Y plus NT.
NT, no, this is K. This is also K. I want A plus KT to become A. So I should take x as y plus KT.
KT.
Yes. When I take x as y plus KT, sigma k equal to 0 to n minus 1. The lower limit will be A, upper limit will be A plus T. It will become f of y plus KT. And dx is same as dy. Implies that dx is equal to d. Okay. But according to periodicity definition, whether you take f of y plus t or y plus 2t or y plus 3t, all are f of y only. So I'll get sigma k equal to 0 to n minus 1. A to A plus t f of y dy. F of y dy, I can write f of x dx in any definite integration variable name doesn't matter. So sigma k equal to 0 to n minus 1. A to A plus t f of x dx. So now in this there is no k. So whether I take k equal to 0 or 1 or 2, all are same. So I'll get same thing. I have to add n times because 0 to n minus 1 is n times. Which is n times A to A plus t f of x. Even though we understand this graphically very easy that there are n such things, same kind of pieces. But for the sake of writing algebraically or in IP exam or something, better to write like this. Dhanush, my video is getting stuck, but are you able to follow the class? Okay. Likit Sai, is it clear, this 20th one? Likit Sai. Okay. Okay, total exercise 7B. Anybody else has any other doubt? Okay, then. Exercise 7C. Section 1, first 6 questions, which are in page number 295. Anybody any doubt in any one of those 6 questions? Okay. Section 1 up to 10. Anybody any doubt? Section 2, there are 8 questions. Any doubt in that? And section 3, there are 5 questions. Anybody any doubt in that? Okay, total exercise 7C. Okay, no doubt. Okay, then I'll continue with our, yesterday we are discussing about some limits, how to convert into integrals. Okay, we'll discuss some more theory and some questions based on that. Okay, I'm going to erase what is there on the board. And if you have any mains doubts, I'll discuss later when we reopen of folders. Okay, so yesterday I explained how basically definite integration represents area. Even though we don't call it area, there is a limit that how definite integration definition is based on the limit. Okay. Now, but mostly the reverse of that is very useful for us, where some limits cannot be found only based on the limits formulas that we studied in first year. Okay. Like yesterday we seen one question. How to do the such questions? Mostly I'm using this formula. Integral 0 to 1 f of x dx is equal to limit n tends to infinity 1 by n sigma f of k by n, where k is from 0 to n minus 1, or limit n tends to infinity 1 by n sigma k equal to 1 to n f of k by n. We even discussed how basically what is this into this is when you take the area under a curve, make into n strips and take all these rectangles, whatever it is. Okay. Or rectangle starting from here also you can take. Each strip area when you find, and then add all of the strips area and write limit n tends to infinity. That is this expression. And that is this integral. That is the very definition of integral. Okay. So whenever you want to convert a limit into integral, 1 by n should be there. You should have sum of many things. They should all look symmetrical, where one time 1 by n will be there, one time 2 by n will be there, one time 3 by n. That 1 by n, 2 by n, 3 by n, that is only your x. So yesterday we done one question. Let us do one more. Let us say I have a limit x n tends to infinity. 1 power 9 plus 2 power 9 plus 3 power 9 so on up to n power 9 by n power 10. I can take one n here. Another n power 9 I divide everywhere. I'll be getting 1 by n whole power 9, 2 by n whole power 9, n by n whole power 9. Right here you can understand my function is x power 9. If at all you want to write, you can write 1 by n sigma k by n whole power 9, where k is from 1 to n. You can even write like this: limit n tends to infinity 1 by n sigma k equal to 1 to n f of k by n, where f of x is x power 9. If you take function as x power 9 and substitute x as k by n, this will come, and then put k equal to 1, 2, 3, all these things will come. Every time you don't have to write this or this. In the beginning, if you write, you will understand what is the function. To identify the function, I'm writing this. But right here, I can understand if I put x here or x here or x here, they're all like x power 9. And even regarding the limits, your initial x value is 1 by n. You can imagine like that. Your final x value is this. And when n is infinity, what is about 1 by n? What is the value?
0.
0. That is the lower limit. And what is the final value of x? N by n. So when n is infinity, what is the limit of n by n?
1.
1. Later on in some other questions, you may get 5n by n here. Then you have to write 0 to 5. Not every time we'll put integral 0 to 1. You will find k by n, that such kind of things repeatedly. Call that k by n as x. The initial value of k by n is your lower limit. Final value of your k by n is your upper limit. That is, and what is x power 9 integral? X power 10 by 10 with 0 to 1. It is 1 by 10. Okay, so please copy this. This yesterday I wrote. You don't have to write. I'm just reminding you of that. Okay, you can write this continuation of yesterday's notes. Look at the doubt that you asked. You should take x as 5 sine square theta. Is it okay, Likit?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Chandrasai Teja, the doubt you asked are clear that every function we cannot integrate.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes we can integrate, but answers are not simple. You'll get some kind of infinite series, and there's no point in writing it because we cannot simplify that infinite series.
Okay, sir.
All right. So now I'm going to discuss these kind of models. These are simple. More questions I can tell on my own, but anyway, in our material questions are there, so I'll discuss them. Okay, this is 113. Page number 178, mains material 113. Actually, for 113 by limits also it can be done. You don't need an integration for that, but this they gave, will do it. Method 1 by first year limits only. Limit n tends to infinity. The question is 1 plus 2 plus 3 so on up to n by 1 minus n square. Sum of n natural numbers is n into n plus 1 by 2 by 1 minus n square. I can write 1 plus n into 1 minus n. 1 plus n I can cancel, bring this n down. I'll get a limit n tends to infinity 1 by 2 times 1 by n minus 1. That is 1 by 2 times 1 by n is 0, so it will come minus 1 by 2. If you want to do by our integration, I'm going to multiply and divide with n square for the total. That is, I'm going to write limit n tends to infinity n square by 1 minus n square into 1 plus 2 plus 3 so on up to n by n square. Actually, the denominator here is 1 minus n square, which I brought here, multiplied and divided with n square. I'll solve this limit separately, this limit separately. Limit n tends to infinity. The first limit is 1 by n square minus 1. The second limit is limit n tends to infinity. 1n I want to borrow 1 by n, and another n I want to divide everywhere. So I have to write 1 by n, 2 by n, 3 by n, so on up to n by n. This is 1 by 0 minus 1. This one, if I want to write in sigma form, limit n tends to infinity, 1 by n. Sigma k equal to 1 by n, directly k by n, not k by n whole square, not k by n whole power 10, 9, directly k by n. So it is simply 0 to 1 x dx. That's all. So this first limit I got minus 1. And the second one, okay, this whole thing based on the integration, you can call this as x, and f of x is x, you can define it. You can call this f of k by n. So directly it is 0 to 1 x dx. So x integral is x square by 2 with limits 0 to 1. So minus 1 into 1 by 2. So for this, even though we don't have to go for integration, since they gave, I'm doing. Otherwise, without that also we can do. Earlier we could not do because some of the powers 5 or power 9, we don't have a formula. That's why we have to go for integration. Okay, second method is mainly identifying the function. Okay, I'm sure from here to here how to write. Then I have to write this sigma alone as sigma f of k by n, where f of x is x. So I'm able to find the function as x. I told you basically, as we do some more questions, it will be clear. This 1 by n, this 2 by n, this n by n, that is only our x. So replace 1 by n with x, you'll know what the function. So every function is x one. When I do 1 or 2 questions, you'll understand better. Okay, 115. Limit n tends to infinity. You have to carefully observe the pattern. The initial one, I'm going to write 1 square. And down, I'm going to write 1 cube plus n. The second one, 4, I'm going to write 2 square by 2 cube plus n cube. Next, 3 square by 3 cube plus n. That 1, 4, 9, I wrote 1 square, 2 square, 3 square. This 1, this 8, this 27, I wrote 1 cube, 3 cube, 3 cube. One may say, what about the last time? 1 by 2n they gave. What to interpret about that 1 by 2? Okay, 1 by 2n we'll see later. Based on this pattern, can somebody tell me this is a first term, this is a second term, this is a third term. What is the nth term is going to come?
N square by 2n.
N square by n cube plus n cube. Here 1 cube, here 2 cube, here 3 cube. So here n cube should come. And second time is everywhere n cube. So here n cube. 1 square, 2 square, 3 square is n square. Is this if you simplify 1 by 2n only will come?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is that 1 by 2. Okay. N square by n cube plus n cube is n square by 2n cube, which is 1 by 2. So the last 1 by 2n we wrote like this. Now, by looking at one or two previous questions, you understand I need 1 by n, 2 by n, 3 by n, this kind of k by n, that kind of terms I want. So how to get that here? In the numerator, I'm going to take n square common. That is, I'm going to divide with n square everywhere and multiply the n square outside. In the denominator, I'm going to divide with n cube everywhere and multiply the n cube outside. So I'm going to write here limit n tends to infinity. N square by n cube. Because I multiply the n square, I have to divide everything with n square here. So 1 square by n square, 2 square by n square, 3 square by n square, at the last n square by n square. Because I took n cube common here, what will happen to this is 1 by n whole cube plus 1, 2 by n whole cube plus 1, 3 by n whole cube plus 1, and n by n whole cube plus 1. Even this I can write it as 1 by n whole square, 2 by n whole square, 3 by n whole square, and n by n whole square. Okay. So I divide with n square here, multiply with n square, divide with n cube, multiply with n cube. Why I'm doing this? For two reasons. We all know we need a 1 by n. Every time we need 1 by n. And everything should be in the form of f of k by n. So I'm going to write all these things as sigma k by n whole square by k by n whole cube plus 1, where k is changing from 1 to n. You can see when you put k equal to 1, this will come. When you put k equal to 2, this will come. When you put k equal to 3, this will come. This further, I want to write it as limit n tends to infinity 1 by n sigma k equal to 1 to n f of k by n, where f of x is equal to, if I take this k by n as x or this k by n is x, each one of them, when I replace 1 by n with x or 2 by n with x or 3 by n with x, how is this function going to be appear? Anybody?
X square by x cube plus 1.
Yeah, x square by x cube plus 1. Now, if f of x is x square by x cube plus 1, put k by n, we'll get k by n whole square by k by n whole cube plus 1. That's all from here to here. So your main job in this questions is, first thing, get 1 by n outside and try to find some kind of pattern here where everything is in the form of 1 by n, 2 by n, 3 by n. Take that 1 by n as x and identify this function. That is the most part. Okay, Dhanush, are you able to see here how f of x is x square by x cube plus 1? Okay. Now, once you understand that, it is simply integral x square by x cube plus 1 dx. Mostly limits are 0 to 1, but once again, if you want, you can verify your initial k value or x value is 1 by n, at infinity it is 0. Your final x value is n by n, at infinity it is 1. Okay. So now we converted limit to integral. After solving the integral is very easy. For this is a derivative. Integral is 1/3 of log x cube plus 1, because I have to multiply and divide with 3 with limits 0 to 1, which is 1/3 of. When I put 1, it is log 2. When I put 0, it is log 1, which is 0. So 1/3 of log 2, which by limits alone we cannot do that question. Actually, if you understand the method properly, this question is very easy, nothing difficult. Vinita, you understood this question, this solution?
Sir,
Okay. Okay, I'm going to erase this. Does anybody need more time? Okay, 117, which is quite similar to this, limit n tends to infinity, 1 power 4, 1 power 5 plus n power 5, 2 power 4, 2 power 5 plus n power 5 plus 3 power 4, 3 power 5 plus n power 5, so on up to n power 4, n power 5 plus n power 5. Everything is neatly given. I need to take n power 4 common in the numerator and n power 5 common in the denominator. So take n power 4 common, n power 5 common. That means I am dividing 10 power 4 in the numerator. So it will be 1 by n whole power 4. Here I am dividing 10 power 5. So 1 by n whole power 5 plus 1. I am dividing 10 power 4 here and power 5 here. So 2 by n whole power 4. 2 by n whole power 5. Similarly, 3 by n whole power 4 and 3 by n whole power 5. n by n whole power 4, n by n whole power 5. Okay, this when you cancel, you'll get 1 by n. This part will become 1 by n. Now, almost similar, only thing is that 4 here and 5 here. And the function is x power 4 by x power 5 plus 1. For this is a derivative, so 5 is required for 5x power 4, x power 5 plus 1. So everything is same with 5 here, 1 by 5 log. So 115, 116, 117, all three are almost straight, where 1 square, 1 cube, and 1 power 4 are. Those who completed can try 119. We'll discuss both 119 and even 121. Then only we'll stop. Otherwise, the topic will be left in between. Okay, 119, you can take 1 by n common. Then if you observe carefully, what will be left is 1 by n secant of 1 by n whole square. Secant square of. Next one, 2 by n secant square of 2 by n whole square. If there would have been next one, it will be 3 by n secant square of 3 by n whole square. And the last one will be n by n. And secant square of n by n square. So this is basically limit n tends to infinity 1 by n sigma k by n secant square of k by n square, k equal to 1 to 8. When I put k equal to 1, this will come, k equal to 2, this will come, k equal to 3, this will come, k equal to n, this will come. That is further limit n tends to infinity 1 by n sigma k equal to 1 to n f of k by n, where the function f of x is x secant square of x square. Because k by n is our x. This is x. X into secant. You can see this is our x. This is our x. X secant square x square. X secant square x square. X secant square x square. X is replaced with different numbers. So it will be, the limits are obviously 0 to 1 because 1 by n to n by n. X secant square of x square dx. Obviously for this integral is tan x square, because if at all you take x square st, this st is equal to dt by 2. So I can write tan x square by 2 with the limits 0 to 1. So finally it will become tan 1 by 2. Tan 1 you cannot simplify because 1 is radian. Tan 1 is tan 1 only. Okay, so mainly observing the pattern, getting 1 by n outside, you will find everything in the form of some function in terms of k by n. That k by n, if you replace with x, you will know what is the function by observing the pattern. Okay, so mainly the first given question, adjusting carefully. Look that the pattern will come, 1 by n will come. Next, identifying the function. That is a major role. Then identifying the limits. And if there is any part of 119 doubt, Okay. Till now, all these summation, but in 121 product is there and some power is there. So how to deal with it? Anybody want to give an idea? Is there any function that you know which can convert product to summation?
Logarithms.
Logarithm. So we are going to apply log to that. So in 121, I'm going to call that whole question as k. K equal to limit n tends to infinity, some big thing power 1 by n, whatever it is. I'm going to apply log. Log k is equal to limit n tends to infinity. When I apply log, this power will come out 1 by n log of this big thing where product of many things is there. I'm not writing purpose. And log a into b into c is log a plus log b plus log c. So it is going to become limit n tends to infinity 1 by n log of 1 plus 1 by n plus log of 1 plus 2 by n plus log of 1 plus 3 by n, so on up to log of 1 plus n by n. Now you can see it is like summation only. I can write sigma and all that, but directly I'm going to write this 1 by n is my x, this 2 by n is my x. So the function is directly log 1 plus x with limit 0 to 1 d. Log 1 plus, I want to take 1 plus x as, I have to apply by parts for this anyway, but I'm going to take 1 plus x as t. Let 1 plus x equal to, it is going to be 1 to 2 log t dt. Log t, if you apply by parts, it is going to come t log t minus t with the 1 to 2. When I put 2, it is 2 log 2 minus 2. When I put 1, it is minus of log 1 minus 1. Log 1 is 0. 2 log 2, I can write log 4. Sorry, you cannot see this part. Okay. 2 log 2 minus 2 minus log 1 minus 1. 2 log 2, I can write log 4 minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. But this is not the answer because this is not the k that we want the question. This is log of the required answer. So I have to simplify further. I got log k is equal to log 4 minus 1. Log 4, log 1 is log e, and that is log of 4 by e. Log k equal to log 4 by e means k is equal to 4 by e. Okay, so here, because it is a product, we have to apply log. And if it is log a power m, I wrote m log a. And log a into b into c into so on, I can write log a plus log b plus log c. Now 1 by n is there, sum of many things is there. Now what is our function to identify? Take that 1 by n as x or that 2 by n as x, identify what is that term that will give you the function. And after that, whatever your regular integration, do it and simplify it. But that is not the answer because that is log of the required answer. I have to simplify it and find what is that answer. So anybody has any objection to this 121, any part of it or any doubt? Please think about it. If you have doubt, you ask. Okay, so in holidays, I'm not giving any specific homework. So whatever backlogs you can try to complete or revise, or just you want to take few days off completely and forget about studies, also fine. But those who are serious and thinking of good mains and advanced rank, I will definitely recommend revise the circles. Okay, because the secondary topics are relatively more important. If you do circles, all your first year coordinate geometry in a way is revised, and it is also basis for parabola, ellipse, hyperbola. Okay, you can use these videos and revise them. And the definite integrals, any backlog, you can try to complete. And after all this, we'll continue rest of the definite integrals. I'll not be discussing all the definite integrals mains material. I'll only discussing up to 129 of odd numbers, and even numbers will be doing. Miscellaneous problems and numerical questions you have to do on your own, and I'll only clarify the doubts. I'm going to discuss advanced material odd numbers when we come back after holidays, and then advanced material even numbers also. All right. Okay. Wish you happy Dasra holidays.
Thank you, sir.
So,
Thank you, sir.
okay. We copied what is there on the board and understood. You can leave. If somebody wants to take few minutes to copy this and understand, you can take. And if you want to ask out, I'll be there. Okay. Thank you.
Sir, bye, sir. Happy Dasra, sir.
Happy Dasra, madam.
Okay, sir. Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.